In today's video, I'm going to talk about one thing that runners regret, and I know I did, when training for a marathon or an ultra marathon. But I'm not going to do it here. We got to go somewhere cool. Welcome to Lion's Head. Guys, this place is awesome. It's got the Bruce Trail running through it in this nature preserve. I got Thornbury to the north, and I got this marina that I'm looking at right now, and it's so cool. Now, it's a small town, guys. I mean, this is a couple of hours north of where I am, but I just wanted to share this with you because it's fall and it's beautiful, and we're having a heat wave right now. It's crazy. I can't believe, it's 25 degrees, and to be quite honest, in about a month from now, it's probably gonna be snowing at least once. Welcome to Canada. If you don't like the weather, just wait 5 minutes. It'll all shift, it'll all change. However, I think I need to talk to you about a few things if you're training for your marathon, and I don't want you to neglect it, and I don't want you to regret it. So let's dive into today's episode. So what is aerobic endurance, and how do you improve it? If you're taking on long distance runs, it's well known that endurance training will make sure that you last the distance and meet your goals. What might be less obvious is that endurance training, mainly aerobic exercise, that's exercises that you can perform more than a few minutes without collapsing on the trail or the road. During aerobic activity, meaning literally with oxygen, your heart pumps oxygenated blood to working muscles to help them burn fat and carbohydrate for fuel. Anaerobic exercise, by contrast, doesn't use oxygen. It is because you're working at an intensity that is too high for your heart to deliver oxygenated blood to your muscles, meaning you can only keep it up for very short bursts of time. Think of sprinting and explosive power moves. What's the best way to boost your aerobic endurance? How often should you train each week to see improvement, and how should you fuel your sessions? Well, today I've got your aerobic endurance questions covered. But first, I need to show you the most awesome views on this trail in Lion's Head. What do you think of that, guys? Was that worth waiting for? Oh my gosh. Talk about being up on the Bruce Peninsula. Stunning. All these trails I'm on, it's like the Ice Age is when a lot of this stuff was formed. One heck of a view, man. I gotta keep on going, see if I can find a few more, but I gotta get back because the sun is setting. It's getting darker. So what is aerobic endurance? Well, we all pretty much know what that is, but for those who don't know, it's basically cardio, right? All good old-fashioned stamina. Aerobic endurance is your ability to keep exercising at a moderate intensity for extended periods of time. Now that will account for the majority of your training runs, allowing you to run longer, further, and complete a marathon or an ultra marathon one day. People that go to the gym often use the term cardio for aerobic exercise, and that's because it uses the cardiovascular system, hearts, lungs, veins, arteries, portal vessels, coronary vessels, to supply oxygen and nutrients to your muscles as they work. Oxygen is important for endurance as it helps the muscles burn fat, carbohydrate for fuel to keep exercising for longer. When it comes to aerobic work, you've probably also heard of the phrase VO2 max being thrown around. Your VO2 max is the maximum rate at which your heart, lungs, and muscles can efficiently use oxygen during exercise. Training to improve your cardiovascular system or endurance increases your VO2 max, meaning your body becomes more efficient at consuming oxygen for blood. So you can burn more fat, can burn more fuel, and work out for greater periods of time. However, when you are training using the Maffetone method, your VO2 max number will go down because your watch doesn't know what the heck you were doing. I've done this, mine's all over the place. But in time, after you build your aerobic base, you will start adding in some speed work into your training, and your VO2 max will improve again. Building your aerobic base is the building blocks to your training, just like the foundation of your house is. Without it, there will be problems, trust me. Generally speaking, working on your aerobic endurance makes you fitter and able to cover longer distances, but there are other benefits as well. So what are the benefits of aerobic endurance? Aerobic exercise increases your stamina as your body becomes more efficient at moving oxygen into the blood where it can be used for the muscles. You'll feel more energetic, as this efficiency means you will use less energy. Helps control blood pressure, helps regulate blood sugar, can lower your cholesterol, reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease, help you burn fat, calories, and maintain an ideal weight. So what do you think of that? Now, 5 tips to help improve your aerobic endurance. It stands to reason that increasing cardiovascular endurance should be the first port of call for anyone training for a long distance event. And the good news is there's plenty of effective ways to do so. That's not all cardio. First off, try some HIIT. As we know, HIIT, that stands for high intensity interval training, uses really short bursts of energy, bursts of intense exercise, performed at around 80 to 90% of your maximum heart rate, and mainly recruits those fast twitch muscle fibers rather than the slow twitch. It doesn't sound like it's going to help you work out for longer, right? You're wrong. Combined with the regular runs and your physical activity, HIIT can have a great endurance benefits. It's particularly good for boosting your VO2 max. And the studies show it can increase your VO2 max by as much as 46% in 24 weeks. And it can also lower your resting heart rate and increase the amount of blood your heart pumps at every beat. Number 2, go long and slow. The long Sunday run is a staple of most training plans, and with good reason. Training at a lower intensity allows you to increase your aerobic endurance without putting too much stress on your body. Going slower will also help you become more efficient, burn fat instead of glycogen for fuel. Glycogen stores run out after about 90 minutes, which is why we need to take on energy gels and fuel during endurance exercise. But your body is also able to burn fat and you'll become more efficient over longer distances. Hey guys, if you're liking these videos, please pop the like button. Really appreciate it. Okay, now back to the main event. Number 3, get the music on. If you struggle with motivation, and listening to music during your training runs could also be a simple way to boost your aerobic endurance. Studies have found that listening to music during aerobic exercise can increase the duration of your workout and reduce the rate of perceived exertion. In short, you can work out for longer and it feels like less effort. I don't know, man. It's kind of like a win-win for me. 4, add in some strength training. Strength training can be used alongside aerobic in training to boost your endurance. Working on sport-specific movements can make you more efficient over longer distances, and that means you can maintain proper form and your muscles can perform for longer without tiring. Muscle mass also burns oxygen both at work and at rest, so more muscles can help your body become more efficient at consuming oxygen. 5, build up slowly and rest. As with many exercises, if you want to improve your aerobic endurance, you need to do it regularly and consistently. Build up the distance or duration of your workout slowly and steadily, reducing the risk of injury and it gives your body the chance to adapt. Rest days are a vital part of any training schedule. It is during that rest that your body reboots, repairs, and adapts to the training stresses. Skip rest days and you could be at risk of overtraining syndrome, often described as chronic burnout. Overtraining puts strain on your heart and your muscles and means your performance decreases rather than improves. Make sure you hydrate. Even small levels of dehydration can make it harder to push yourself. The NHS recommends drinking a minimum of 1.2 liters of water a day, and you'll need more when you're running, guys. It's just the way it goes. So I drink about 2 to 3 liters a day. Taking hydration drinks before and during running will ensure that you stay hydrated and replace lost electrolytes to fight off fatigue for optimal endurance performance. I like tailwind when I'm racing, but I use noon when I'm just kind of training. How often should I do endurance boosting exercises? To improve your aerobic endurance and cardiovascular fitness, aim for between 3 and 5 sessions of cardio a week. Through that amount, it also depends on your current fitness and genetics, and it is important to build up gradually. Mix up the training so hard days are followed by easier workouts, and avoid placing too much stress on your system, and give your body that crucial time to adapt. Limit harder sessions and hit workouts to 1 or 2 days a week, kind of using the 80-20 method. So how long should each run be? Well, the duration of your run also depends on your goals, current levels of fitness and type of workout, and other factors such as genetics. But there are some handy benchmarks. Most studies show that cardiovascular training requires a minimum of 30 minutes, 3 times a week, to guarantee increased aerobic capacity. But you should also see results in about 8 to 12 weeks. However, I find running 8 to 12 hours a week is awesome to build up a great aerobic base like I had last year when I ran my 50 miler. But remember, everyone is different, and that's why you have to do your math test to see if you are improving. Consistency is the key to seeing progress. So follow a training plan that builds up your workouts sensibly, or work with a coach and devise a schedule specifically for you. How can I tell when it's okay to go further and longer? Anyone who's following a training plan will know that longer cardio workouts increase gradually over the number of weeks and are often followed by an easier week every 3 weeks to allow your body to reboot and adapt. According to the University of Colorado Hospital, you should increase your time or distance by no more than 10 to 20% each week. This gives your heart, your lungs, your muscles, your joints time to grow in strength and get used to the stress of being placed on them. It's also to prevent you from overreaching. Think of it as building a wall. You have to add 1 row of bricks at a time, otherwise it all comes crashing down. So depending on your race goal, building your aerobic system is important. I like using the Maffetone method and slow running, as I see great results from them. Since I'm walking my way back to peak running fitness before my attempt at running a 100 miler, I know how important it is to build up the aerobic system. And yes, mix it up with faster workouts and switch to 80-20 when the time comes, but take it slow and easy. I can't tell you how important it is to focus on building your aerobic engine. Seriously, guys, it's not something that you take lightly. I honestly believe, after all of my ups and downs, the single best thing I've ever done was build my aerobic system 1 brick at a time, 1 step at a time, and 1 run at a time. Like I always say, everyone, get out and run. We'll see you on Thursday. Bye for now. Oh, and for all of you who haven't subscribed, please do. It really means a lot to me. If you want to see more videos like this to help you in your running, just pop the like button. Just subscribe. Where the heck did oh, I lost my car. Oops. Where the heck did I park? Town is not that big. This is kind of nice. Nice little garden.